Hey, welcome back to the Default Answer Show. Christian Hustle here, and in this video, I'm actually sharing my full presentation from the last SMX Boston, where I presented the results of a new research on how local customers are starting to use AI search platforms, think of ChatGPT, Google AI overviews, to discover and choose local businesses. For this study, Uberall surveyed 2,000 consumers across multiple countries to understand one simple question. How many people are actually using AI as part of their customer journey? When they're trying to find a local business, how many of them are actually using AI search? And the results were pretty eye-opening. The short version of this episode, or the TLDR, is that AI search adoption is growing extremely fast, as fastest as we've ever seen in anything in marketing. Every month, more people are using platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, AI overviews to research, compare options, and they're trusting AI to decide who to contact, which means the way customers discover businesses is changing as we speak. So in this presentation, I break down how often customers are using AI search today, where AI fits in the customer journey nowadays, what types of questions people ask AI when researching businesses, and what does this shift means for visibility, reputation, and recommendation in modern search. So if you work in local marketing, you're an SEO, or you're running a multi-location brand, understanding how AI discovery is shaping customer behavior is becoming critical. With that, let's jump into the presentation.
Raise your hands. That's what I'm talking about. So my name is Christian Hustle. For the last 12 years, I've been consulting global brands, franchises, retailers, SMBs. And recently, I'm into AI. I'm a personal user. I'm a marketer. And I bought a used Harley recently. And I bought it from a friend. I was like, hey, this is my first two-wheeler. Well, guess what? The second day, the freaking bike broke and started to leak fuel. So I started taking pictures of the fuel line, right? And I see the dripping. And I'm like, what if I use ChatGPT to figure it out, right? Because I've never fixed a motorcycle. Took pictures and started telling ChatGPT, hey, what is going on? Like, I have no clue. So it diagnosed the motorcycle. It helped me find the parts near me. It checked inventory for me, and it told me exactly where to go. And it was just mind-blowing because obviously, yes, I'm a marketer. I use it differently. But then we start questioning, is this the future, right? Are consumers going to start looking for local businesses using AI to the point where they're asking prices, inventory, everything? So to gauge how much, right, this is going on and how much search has transcend through the last several years, we actually surveyed 2,000 customers. These are real customers, shoppers, consumers, not anybody here, right? No marketers, no tech savvies. This was just regular people. And we went across the US, UK, France, and Germany, and we wanted to gauge, like, what's going on? What are the consumer habits on local search? What triggers trust to visit your location? And what scares them away? Because honestly, let's be honest, sometimes we scare them away, right? So how people search and how to show up when it matters most. So we ask consumers, how often do you really search for local businesses online before actually showing up to a store or location? So by show of hands, I'm going to go through these quickly. Just raise your hand. Which one do you think was the correct answer here? So what percentage said never? They never search for an online or a local business online. A, 0%. Let me see. That's a couple. B, 2%. C, 4%, and D, 9%. So the correct answer was 0. So that means that it's safe to say every single local visit starts with a search. So in with some way, shape, or form, physical location doesn't necessarily mean it's going to drive traffic, right? You got to really bring that online presence and drive your visibility that way. So then we said, okay, well, we understand that everybody's searching for a local business online. So then we ask, how are you doing this? And these are the top preferred ways of how consumers are finding local businesses. And I really wanted to call a few ones here because I saw a few surprises. Not surprised, Google at the top, number one. The surprise part is 78% is not as high as it was 1 year, 2 years ago, right? Google Maps seems pretty stable, 51%. Social media, who here, raise your hand if you ever search for a restaurant or things to do nearby on TikTok. That's shocking to me, right? Because I'm a Google guy. It's like I go straight to Google, but all my siblings, all my friends, they're on TikTok searching for stuff. And then obviously, not surprised, AI tools, 19%. So there's 19% of your customers out there searching for your brand on AI tools. And this includes Google AI Mode, ChatGPT, and all things in between. And obviously, Apple Maps up and coming, 11%. So we know Google is the king, but AI is growing. And that's where more than ever, accuracy at scale is critical, right? We know that AI platforms are really looking at your local pages, they're looking at your local data to learn about your brand, to learn about each and every single one of your locations. Searching is just the beginning, right? It used to be like if you were ranking number one, you were probably closing and turning that into a conversion. It's not the case, right? Like people are more than ever comparing everybody in the list. They're comparing prices, reviews, reputation. So being number one is not really going to drive the conversion. And it's important to know that your digital visibility equals revenue. So in the insights that we got from this survey and from this report, 98% of customers actually take further actions post-search, right? That means check your reviews, visit your websites, click for directions before they even show up. 77% actually compare your brand or your business to a couple of competitors. See which one is better, right? And this goes across the board. Obviously, if there's some brand loyalty, that can influence that. But if you're you have local competition and you're trying to really absorb the traffic, think about this, right? I keep this in mind because this is going to come in handy as we get into the tips. So then we ask consumers how they prefer to contact local businesses when they made a decision, they're on the fence right before they visit. So what do you think was the preferred method of contact? Because in my case, I would have answered text. I mean, I've negotiated cars. I recently bought a car through text. I talked to Delta Airlines and it was on iMessage. And I'm used to that, right? Anybody want to raise your hand and try to guess what is the number one way that local consumers try to contact a local business? Call? That was pretty spot on. Call was the number one way, and this was across every of the countries, the number one way of how they want to contact a local business. Why? Probably because they want answers quickly, right? Like, I want to know, are you guys open, right? Can I come right now? This is all the fast, right? It has to be fast. Now, we started noticing international trends between these countries where like the UK prefers social media to DM and contact the local business, while Germany, obviously, people from Germany would know they're very organized. So they like to book ahead. They like appointment settings. Then we have France who were all into, I rather call, like I don't want to do anything else. I just want to call. And I'm going to compare reputation a lot more than any other country. And when it came to us, obviously we got access to AI tools a lot faster and earlier than most countries. So the 19% of the consumers in the US are using AI tools already. So then we were talking to our friends on Google and they told us they noticed 5 times more views on a regularly updated Google business profile. So it's not just claim it and let it stand there and think that it's already said and done. It's continuously adding information. It's updating it. It's really what makes your location, your store, your brand unique, right? So if I'm looking for a local restaurant or a bar and I want to bring my dog, I see the one on the right. Dog is front and center, right? It's like you can't even see the bar. You can't even see the tables. You see a dog chilling in the patio, and that could trigger my conversion because that's exactly what I was looking for. So once you've been chosen, the goal is not to blow it, right? Like you made all this progress, and for that, you really need to be real-time ready. Customers want to act quickly, sometimes even same day. So making that first contact effortless is going to be key. Think about click-to-calls. Think about easy forms. Think about very easy buttons and ways to interact with your brand, right? Then show them what they'll experience. I'll tell you the story. I was in South Korea last year and we took my 2 stepsons and we were looking for a cake pop experience, right? Korean pop. And I found it on Google Maps. So we show up. We could not find first how to get into the building because this was a 3-story underground mall on a 50-story building. So we couldn't find a way down. Once we're down, we could not find, it was a mall. We could not find where the hell is this cake pop thing. We could not find it. It's like, it was disappointing. And you don't want that. You really want to nail that first impression. You want to capture their loyalty from the beginning of the journey. At the same time, I'm sure that if we raise our hands, sometimes we scare customers away. And it's important to know how are we doing that so we can fix it. So we ask, what were the main reasons that you would opted to not visit a local business after you found it? The answer was actually unclear or high pricing. So this was pretty surprising. And I actually met a local pest control recently at a networking event, and I was talking about it. Every time you talk to a small business owner or, any brand, AI comes up, and he goes, I just did a job at a, local customer, and I asked the lady, hey, how did you find me? And the lady answered, well, I asked ChatGPT, I want a local pest control that has competitive rates, competitive prices, and good reputation. And you were number one. You were the first one. I called you. And he said, you know what's funny? I added my prices on my website 2 weeks ago. So that was pretty interesting. And oftentimes, being aware of these deal breakers can set you in the right path. So 48% said lack of pricing or surprise with the, sticker shock was a factor that they would opt not to visit your brand locally. 46% were scared from bad reviews, which is not surprising. I mean, reputation is a big deal. And then 28% were scared of missing information. That was me in South Korea, right? It's like showing up and I don't have a clue where the hell I'm going. So let's dodge those flags. So how do we keep them from running away from us? Let's be upfront about pricing. Let's own that reputation. Let's work towards it. It doesn't mean just collecting reviews. It means responding. It means managing them, keeping your information fresh and accurate, because this is all being fed into AI tools and knowledge, right? So the more information, data you have out there, the better. I want you guys to really make finding your locals, your local stores, offices, brands, make it effortless, right? Like make it very easy for them to find you, to contact you, and to convert and to visit you. And at the end of the day, mind your digital voice. Let's be human, especially in the AI world. I think that human touch is going to go farther than, automated robotic responses. So let's go over some quick actionable items so you can stop guessing and start winning. Visibility is to be seen, is to be chosen. It's not just to become number one anymore. We need to be chosen. We need that business data accuracy at scale because all these AI tools are learning from that. Optimized data really gets you AI ready for what's coming, right? Remember that 19% as of today, 19% of your customers using AI tools to try to find you. So let's think about them. Reputation. I mean, trust is going to win every time. That's where we've seen, like, even if you're number 5 on search results, but you have a stellar reputation, you may take the business from ranking number 1, right? Reputation can go a very, very long way. So let's be proactive, collecting and responding to every single one, especially the negative ones, because that's where you'll be surprised. A lot of brands don't respond to negative reviews. Those are the most important chances you have to turn it around, right? Like, hey, this is real, right? Something happened. We apologize. Let's be human about it. Another customer comes and reads that and they see that you care. Magic happens. So to drive engagement, let's remove friction. Let's make it easy to act fast. The click to call, chat, easy bookings, forms that work, right? And they're not crazy complicated to fill out. Conversion really means don't blow your chance. Like let's do our best to have clear pricing. Special offers are going a long way. I mean, Google Business Profile launched a feature that is powered by AI, gathering your specials from social media and pulling them into Google Business Profile without you having to do anything. This is a theory of mine, but what if they start doing that for AI, right? And what if AI now knows and can learn and predict those specials that you have posted somewhere else? So let's monetize that. Your next customer is already searching. They're comparing you. They're making a decision every single day. I really want you guys to leave here today and say, I want to show up, I want to stand out, and I want to earn their trust from the first click. So if you're curious about what your locations look like, whether you're franchise, multi-locations, anything along those lines, you scan this QR code here. You can scan all your listings, all your locations, all the data to see what is out there, right? Because it's going to be very important to you to find those flags, to see what's going on and how can we solve it? How can we solve this problem? With that, thank you so much.